Hey, this is Seth with InDemandCareer.com. I show people how to get jobs in digital marketing with no previous experience or education, even during a global pandemic, during which there are still tens of thousands of digital marketing jobs and gigs out there. Now, I'm at the beach. I've been inside, like most people, for the last week. Decided to check it out. Figured if there weren't too many people here, would take a swim, and as you can see, it is almost completely empty. There's just a few people. There's nobody. We were the only ones in the water. Today I want to talk to you about a couple things. First of all, the course. There is now a payment plan. It is 3 payments of $197. And when you make your first payment, you get instant access to everything. Hey, I'm back here at my villa. I don't know if I showed this to you guys. I'll probably do a video about where I'm staying and what's happening with me. But I just wanted to do another video about, man, it is hot here, about digital marketing opportunities, because that's obviously why you're interested in this channel. So, it's been a couple weeks since the pandemic started, and I've been posting from students, who either just started a job or still have clients, and things are very good. The one thing I'll say is, there's definitely less jobs on LinkedIn than there were 2 weeks ago. There are 45,000 jobs in digital marketing in the US on LinkedIn. That is still a ton of jobs and opportunities. A few weeks ago, there were 60,000. So there have been fewer jobs. But I want you to just put that in perspective, because there's so many people in other industries with different skill sets that they are the job market has been decimated. Really, it's gone. Like, what do you do if you wait tables, or you are a barber, or you really do anything that requires person-to-person contact? It's crazy, I know. But with digital marketing, not only are there still a ton of opportunities, in fact, it's twice as many as there were when I started teaching this a few years ago. Beyond that, the overall trend of what's happening now is forcing not only America, but the entire world is being pushed online even more. Netflix, I've seen, and the internet providers are having trouble because there's so many people online watching movies and buying things. So everything's going to e-commerce, and everything's going towards digital marketing. Google, I just read, is doing something. They're giving away millions of dollars worth of free ads to small businesses, which is a great opportunity. I should actually do a video about that, because you might be in a position where you're in my course, or you're thinking, well, how are people going to spend money? Google is trying to get involved in the whole taking care of each other thing. So if you have a small business that's worried about spending money, they may qualify to get help from Google, so they don't actually have to spend their own money. There's a lot of really good things happening. Nick, one of my students, he just posted on Instagram how he quit his job. He didn't get fired, he didn't get laid off. He quit his job because he knew it wasn't the right fit. And he'd been telling me about that for a while. But he timed it right around this pandemic. And then within about a week, he had a new job. Better pay, better job, he's happier. And it happened during this pandemic. And he said, actually, I think he had to go through 10 or 11 interviews to get this new position. And so that's kind of the expectation I want to set for you guys, because my whole thing is about being real, brutally honest, but inspiring. That's my thing. So it's like, did suddenly all the digital marketing jobs go away? No. Is the job market as hot as it was even 2 weeks ago? No. But it's 80% there. I think, you have to think about it. There's still 45,000 open positions in the US. That is so many jobs. There was a point, it may have even been last year, where that was how many jobs there were, and everything was very good. But so what it looks like now is that, some of you guys are still going to get your first clients and your first job interviews right out of the gate within a month or two. And some of you guys, it might take just a little longer. What if you had to go through 5 interviews or 6 instead of 3? What if you had to go through 9 interviews instead of 7? It's not that big of a difference. And for the types of people and the types of, what I prepare people for in the course, you got to be the type of person that's determined, willing to work hard, learn, be persistent. And if you're that type of person, it's not really that big of a deal. It's just like, compared to what other people are experiencing, it's so easy. It's so much, should be so less stressful. So it's like, I had to go to, 7 job interviews instead of 5. And some of you guys, are still going to only have to do 2 or 3. But the market is still really, really good. I'm going to post on Instagram Nick's posting. And there's still all the freelance opportunities, and there's still many businesses, are in fact winding down their ad spends, like if you run a restaurant, but many others are really looking for people who know what they do, know what they're doing to get online. And a lot of businesses who balked and waited to get online are being forced to now. So a lot of good stuff. I say good stuff, but this is a process. And the other thing is, guys, while it sucks to be stuck in the house, think of how fortunate we all are that we have places to be. There's in India. I was reading. Some of these poor people in India they have nothing. Like they don't, and they have to work, because if they don't work, they're just like on the street. And a lot of us are, even if you don't have a great job at this moment, maybe you have an apartment, you have a place to stay, a place to be, a place to keep you warm, food to eat, all that good stuff. We need to start focusing on what to be grateful for. I'm really grateful that I'm here. This place, I know it's big, but it it has some issues, and this actually costs less than an apartment in San Francisco, because I'm in another country. So whatever it is that you be grateful for this time. Last week or 2 weeks ago, everyone was panicking. Nobody knew what was happening. Now we know it's going to be bad, but there's a little more stability. Even the financial markets have started to stabilize. But you want to be that way too. You want to really look, how can I take advantage of this time inside? Most of us, as terrible as it is, everything that's happening, this time is a gift for many people. Hopefully you are one of the people who's able to take advantage of unemployment benefits, and pretty much everybody who needs it is going to get one of those checks from the government, which is amazing. So you're getting help. And the biggest thing is, a lot of people, people write to me about what they're struggling with before they take the course, and it's usually time and money. Well, time is not an issue anymore. Everybody watching this, we all have time now to better ourselves, to learn, to create. Whether you take my course, or you learn to play the piano, or you learn a new language, or you learn to code, we have so much time. We have this abundance of time. And I learned this I learned this myself. I've been going through the same thing everyone else has been going through. It's like shocking, and it's like crazy, and you want to get out of the house. And I'm very fortunate I can get out of the house a little bit more than just because of where I am on this island. But I can't travel around like I would like to, but I have all these hours in the day. And I noticed, a lot of people are watching Netflix and playing video games, and that's fun too. I like to do that. But I started learning. I bought some courses. I started learning some new things. And I feel so freaking amazing learning. In fact, I sleep better when I spend a few hours learning something new. It focuses your mind expands, your mind stops focusing on all this crazy shit. It's really important to me. I've, of course, like everyone, was binge watching Netflix, and I realized that you have to be careful that you don't overdo it with TV shows or movies. You need to use them like, it's like anything, like, just like you wouldn't over-exercise. You don't want to overeat. Balance during this time, but take advantage of this free time, because there's nothing you can do. I mean, that's the thing. If you have digital marketing skills, you can either learn about that, you can be applying for jobs, you can be applying to gigs. If you are one of the folks at home who doesn't have these skills yet, what are you going to, you can't look for work because there's no jobs, some people. And a lot of people, like I said, are going to be getting really good benefits from the government. Even if you don't have great state unemployment benefits, the federal unemployment that's coming in is actually going to allow a lot of people, and a lot of people watching this, I hope you're one of them, you will actually get paid more money during this time than if you had a job. $600 a week from the federal government, for some people that's more than they make at their job. And you're not working. So you have time and money to invest in bettering yourself. So I'm hoping that's what happens on a big scale, is that people don't just go out and buy a jet ski or a bunch of shoes. People actually start investing in education and knowledge and something to better yourself. It doesn't have to be digital marketing skills. I said, even learn a new language, learn an instrument. There's so many online courses out there. Do something to stimulate yourself, and be creative in some way. And if you want to take the course, I think I've told you guys, there's a new payment plan, 3 payments of $197. You get access as soon as you make your first payment. And Yeah, the course is still there. The course is still powerful. It's still helping people. I have great students. I look forward to you being my next success story. If you're watching this and you've been thinking about it, but whatever you do, use this time constructively, because I guarantee you, whatever happens in the next year, this is a time in history people are going to talk about and remember. Your grandkids are going to ask you, like, Grandma, Grandpa, what did you do during the pandemic? And it's like, I know I want to be able to say is, I don't want to say, you don't have to like build an empire while you're in the pandemic. But if you're just like, yeah, I just watched Netflix and ate Cheetos for, 3 months straight, I'm going to have a story of like, I had some challenges during this time, and here's what I learned from it, and here's how I grew from it, and here's how I changed my life. And this is all over. People are going to appreciate, I know I am, people are going to appreciate the small things in life, at least for a little while. Things like being with your friends, going out to eat, just doing anything. And also, it's forcing people to reflect on things. So it's like, if you have a shitty job that you hate and you go through this challenge and hardship with everybody else and you stay in that shitty job, you're not going to feel good, man. This is a fire under your ass. You'd say, I got to change my life, because life is fleeting and all the things that I take for granted could be taken away at any point. So do I want to spend the next 20 years in my shitty job or with my shitty whatever else in your life you're not happy with? Use this as an excuse to make big ass changes. You don't need to have a midlife crisis or a divorce or whatever else. This can be your crisis that pushes you into something better. Anyway, all right, I'm done with my little rant for today. Please leave comments or questions below, and I will see you soon.